I found Ben on Instagram on a post saying he wanted to change the sports world and break barriers. Ben Idemudia is a deaf basketball player from Canada who's very inspirational. For Ben and other hearing impaired viewers, I did subtitles like this instead of trusting YouTube's god awful ones. For any viewers who have their hearing, obviously you can hear me speaking. If you want to try and watch this like Ben is currently with sound off, I think that'd be a dope idea. Before we hop in, we are so close to 300 subs, I can taste it. Now, without further ado, my favorite idiot interview and my second so far with Ben Idemudia. Question 1. Who was your idol growing up? Ben said, my idol growing up was Michael Jordan for sure. Question number 2. What made you want to make basketball your life? Ben said, growing up, my brother was into ball and would always be watching the NBA and stuff, which is how I started to like it. In my household, nobody signs except me, so I was really isolated. When I discovered my love for basketball, I really started to use it as an escape. After that point, basketball became my life. Question number 3. What were the biggest obstacles in everyday life you had to overcome? Ben said, honestly, the biggest obstacles in my life came from the lack of language at home. I would get home from school and nobody could talk to me about my day or help me with my homework, which is rough, but the most difficult thing about that is the life skills that I wasn't taught affect me at all areas of my life. Also, I was born in Nigeria and I moved to Canada at 6. Now, it will be on the next one, the rest of this. Also, if you're wondering why there are pauses, is so the people reading this have time to read it, just to let you know. So I was 6 years behind children when it came to school and language. They spent a long time trying to give me as much language, ASL, as they could do I could communicate, and so my English wasn't a priority. My reading and writing still is really not good. Question 5. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? By the way, if you're wondering, you can hear question 4 was just scrapped. Ben said 3 wishes. Number 1, I had early access to school and sign language. Number 2, my family was deaf. And number 3, I was taller. For question number 6, I asked, do you think you'll make the Panamerican deaf basketball qualifiers? Ben said, I've been on the national team since I was 16 and have actually already been to the Pan Ams. We won fourth that year and weren't able to go to the Deaf Olympics. This April would have been my second time, but it was canceled because of COVID. We have a really strong team this year and a new coach, so I know we have a chance of winning or making top 3 for sure, which means we qualify for the Deaf Olympics. Question 7. What have you been doing to stay fit during quarantine? Ben said, for staying active, I've been running every day, doing home workouts, and I train with one of the top sport trainers in Western Canada. The gyms are all closed, but we train at his house. Question 8. Who is your biggest influence? Ben said, growing up, there was a deaf boy who was older than me who mentored me. His family pretty much adopted me, and I lived with them half the time. He was super into sports and really helped me find my passion for sports too. They helped me in all areas of life, and I wouldn't be the I am today without them. They are for sure the biggest influences in my life. Question 9, the final question. When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be? Ben said, if I was to die, I would want my legacy to be the work that I've put into advocating for the deaf community, especially in the areas of sports and children. I always want to be an example that we can do anything a hearing person can do. We just can't hear. Ben was super nice about this interview. He asked for only one thing in return, which was me adding this link in the description. I really support this cause to help a preschool for deaf in need of funds. Please, if you can spare any money, donate to this to give kids in need the education they deserve. Hope you guys liked how I chose to do this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, because Ben was only my second interview, and sorry to Daquan, it was my favorite interview based on how I feel like I'm passing a message on. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. And go check out Ben's Instagram, which will be in the description. Love you guys.